The ruling that came out of a New York courtroom overturning Harvey Weinstein's sexual assault convictions reopens a painful chapter in the battle with sexual misconduct by powerful figures. Beginning in 2017, more than 80 women came forward with allegations against Weinstein, sparking the growth of the Me Too movement. The founder of that movement, Tarana Burke, expressed disappointment and devastation for the survivors connected to this case, but insists this ruling does not change the work that's already been done. Joining us this morning for a closer look on the effect that this decision has on survivors is Shannon Moroney, trauma therapist and author, and regular here in your morning. Good to have you back.
Nice to be back.
I'm curious, what was your reaction when you saw that headline?
Well, of course, I think like everybody, you do feel shocked at first. You know, how can this happen? Yeah. And I think that's what it's important to discuss. How can this happen? Why did this happen? What does it really mean? But certainly I hear Tarana Burke as well, that what it feels like for survivors.
Let's talk about what it really means. I think a lot of people felt this was sort of behind us and that we'd entered this new chapter and that sexual assault victims who came forward felt like they would be believed. And what's the reaction now?
Yeah, so I don't think it's that they are not being believed. What we're seeing right now is that it's a legal system. Mm-hmm. It doesn't always feel like a justice system. And so I think what the emotion behind this is this is unjust. You know, we know this happened, and that, but what this really is a legal matter, and we have to really be able to understand that why the laws are made, why they are as they are, why you cannot just bring forward witnesses who say that this also happened to them without having charges. They cannot work toward the conviction of somebody on charges for somebody else.
Right. We had a lawyer on previously who said it was a risky move.
It was.
We know that the Manhattan District Attorney's Office intends to retry Harvey Weinstein, and his accusers could then, again, have to come back to court, retell their stories on the witness stand. What's that process like for them?
Oh, gosh, I think it really feels like insult to injury. On a third-time basis, they have the original injury of the assault, then they have to go through it again, through the justice system, and then go through it again. So I am confident if that there is a retrial that he will be again found guilty. I think what this whole situation does bring, though, to the Me Too movement, to examination of the justice system, is a really important issue. Why did those witnesses who said Me Too but did not have charges or weren't able to even make a report, why was that? My understanding is many of those, they were reporting decades-old assaults that have happened to them. In Canada, we do not have statutes of limitation for reporting criminally or civilly sexual assault. In the U.S., they do. In New York, it's a relatively short amount of time, and there's a 10-year federal statute. So if that is the reason that those women who said this happened to me too, but they couldn't report, or they didn't report at the time. We all know why people weren't reporting 40, 30, 20 years ago. We know why it's even so difficult to report now. So if the reason that they didn't do that and why they don't have charges is because they don't have legal right to, then that is what needs to be examined. And that is also what the Me Too movement is about. It is about making things possible for victims to be able to come forward at any time.
It is high profile, but we know that not one overturned decision a pattern makes. However, in 2018, Bill Cosby convicted of sexual assault. A Pennsylvania appeals court overturned that decision in 2021. We're seeing something similar in this case. How concerning is it, and what do you flag on something like this when you're dealing with survivors?
Yeah, I flag power and privilege. Yet again. So we often see that the people who are able to even afford to appeal, they can afford the best lawyers, they can afford these type of things. So that is who is actually, they have greater access to justice than perhaps other accused persons. And so that's another reason why they were even able to get away with these types of crimes for so long, was very much because of their power and their privilege. And so now we see this playing out through all levels of justice, all parts of the justice system, or the legal system, as I should say.
Shannon, thank you so much for coming on today. I'm sure we'll have you back as this continues. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.